Hey there, I'm Nicholas. Welcome back. If you're new, glad you're here. Hope you stay a while. There's big things to come, so be sure to subscribe. So my sketchbook tour seemed to go relatively well for a new YouTube channel. So we got some new subscribers. We reached 200 plus. I think it's still growing, so that's really awesome. I loved reading every single comment and question. Definitely, if you have more, send them my way. I'm happy to help. It's what I'm here for, kind of partway, kind of why I'm here. I'd like to help people through their journey creating art. So definitely don't hesitate. So today, it's time to share. I kind of have dropped the name Watcher around. I've been working on this series for like 5 years. I believe it was 2019. I wanted to get into it, kind of explain and share a lot of my previous paintings. So let's talk about the Watchers. Watchers are coming. So what are Watchers? They're ancient cosmic beings. Watchers are made up of a supernatural matter called Ets, which stands for Ethereal Enigma Tech. Ets which flow around and evolve and are ever-changing. They swarm, they create things in this alternate universe. Ets are colorful, they're blobby, they're heavenly bodies, and a good way to describe them is organic tech. So back to the Watchers. Watchers are interdimensional, so they can travel to our dimension and others, and they see into our dimension by a substrate, whether it be a canvas or a paper. That's the portal that they see us through. The Watchers, they observe you through their portals, and they observe, they analyze, and they watch the viewer. So you're having this exchange of looking and analyzing one another. And whether they're friendly or not, that's open to interpretation. I'm still figuring that out. I probably want to get into that later on. Another thing about the Watchers is that it appears, and over time that narrative will be developed, that they serve a greater celestial purpose than just watching us or watching things that are going on in all the dimensions. And you might notice that some of them have human-like appearances, but it's yet to be determined whether they were originally human or they're becoming human, and you're just gonna have to keep returning to figure out, what's the origin of the Watcher. Another great thing that I love about Watchers and why I continue this series is that no Watcher is the same. They're all unique. They all have a special look to them, so I can continue to create new versions of them, new blobish shapes, or some of them are more techy. Some of them have more human traits than others, but it's just a really exciting thing that I can continue to make new iterations without running out of ideas, because the possibilities are endless. Another thing is, I don't know yet if they're friendly or not. I think some of them are friendly and give you guidance, while others have probably more nefarious intentions. I kind of view it as like angels versus demons or fallen angels. You can be tricked by fallen angels. If that helps kind of grasp like the idea that they're not all good. You know what I mean? And another thing that I'm excited about with the Watcher series is that, like I mentioned before, they're interdimensional, so I could possibly explore those other dimensions that they visit as well, It's a gateway to new new ideas that I really don't feel like the well of ideas will dry up anytime soon. So that's why I've been doing this series for a while. What's coming? Hey, why are you whispering? Now I kind of wanted to share like my goals for the Watcher series, or the broader picture, because I have other beings that are in existence that I've created paintings for that. Like there's talkers, there's some called seekers. There's a large group of these cosmic beings, celestial beings, whatever you want to call them, that I want to explore. And I also want to explore it in a narrative story form, particularly either a webcomic or a graphic novel. I also wanted to talk about why I chose to do The Watchers. I love science fiction, but I also am very interested in the idea of metaphysics and other dimensions. I think that's a really, and just like many people before me, a lot of people find that very interesting. Time travel, interdimensional travel. So I was like, if that's something I love and I'm passionate about, I'm curious about life and how this all came about. So it comes naturally to me that I want to explore this, and that's how The Watchers came about. Kind of a candid story that I wanted to share. It's weird. It's a weird story. It's something that happened to me, and you can believe me or not. That's okay. I'm not trying to sound crazy, but I'm just sharing something that, from my perception, this is what happened to me, and it was very strange. And I will preface it with this. I've had some weird supernatural things happen to me. I'd imagine a lot of people have. It's just we're too afraid to talk about it. And this particular instance, and it kind of inspired the Watcher series, is I was working on homework in high school. I was just minding my own business, and it's a relatively short story. I felt like a presence around me. I'm sorry, this is getting weird. I'm having doubts about whether I should share this or not. But it is what it is. I think there's some supernatural occurrences in this world that are unexplainable, and it is what it is. So let's just do it, okay? So I felt this presence behind me. So, I turned around. It could have been my mom, my brother, I don't know. So I turned around and I felt like a physical smack right on my face. And you know how if you look into a light and you close your eyes, you see an imprint of light on your eyelids? Well, I saw an imprint. So I felt the smack. My reaction was close my eyes, and I saw a face as that light burned into my retinas. So my eyes were closed, and I kept opening and closing them, and I saw this face, these two eyes, and this weird, very strange looking face. It wasn't human, and it was really bizarre, and I don't know what to think of it. That's the end of the story. It was like a very quick thing. It at the time kind of freaked me out, but it was kind of cool at the same time. And these Watchers that I've been painting are kind of like my interpretation of what that was. I've never had that happen to me again, but I don't know what to do with it. Like, it happened, it felt it, or at least I felt like it happened. Maybe it was a hallucination, I don't know. I've never done drugs, I've never done anything that would elicit that kind of reaction, nor have I had anything after that quite like that. I've had like night terrors and stuff like that. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it was very weird. And so you might be wondering, why on earth did you decide to start painting that thing that freaked you out? I'm not entirely sure. At the time when I started the Watchers, I didn't really have that in mind. It kind of just happened. Like I started to paint it, and then I just had a memory about that event, and it clicked. I was like, oh man, that's like what it looked like. Those dead eyes, that's the look that was imprinted into my eyes. So I'm sorry if you think I'm crazy now, but weird stuff happens. I don't know if anything weird like that's happened to you, or just some sort of thing that's out of the ordinary, but it happened to me. I think there's something more to this world than just what the eye can see. So let's just leave it at that. But Watchers are a very interesting subject for me, and I don't feel like I'm going to stop working on these for a very long time. I might get bored in a few years. I don't know, but there's so much I want. There's so many ideas that I have. It's just really unlimited, and I can't wait to keep exploring those ideas. And hopefully, you think they're cool, you think they're exciting, and you want to keep learning more about them as I learn and figure out more about them. So another thing with my artwork is it's a little out of the ordinary. It's not something you always see. When I submit my artwork to galleries and go to exhibitions, I don't usually see a lot of other artwork like mine or with the same subject matter. So that's kind of one of the goals that I have, or why I do this, is I want to make something unique. I want to leave a legacy that my children are proud of, and hopefully my grandchildren someday. I'd love for my artwork to be remembered. So yeah, with that, I've been trying for a long time to come up with something original, an original idea. And, it's hard to not make anything that's already been done before. But I think my idea's far enough away from everything else that it's pretty unique. At least I think it is. So with that said, I want my channel to be more things than just the Watchers and the series that I'm working on. But the goals for the Watchers is to do more narrative, more storytelling, which I mentioned before, either a graphic novel, comic, a web comic, where I explore more of this expanded universe, expanded dimensions. And the current working title that I have is Celestial Machine Wars. I quite like that name. I think I'm going to stick with it. I think it's a broad enough name that it'll be, I think it's a pretty exciting name. I imagine the subscribers that I will build upon over time are mainly going to be other artists. So a big thing that I want this to be is an inspiration for you. It'd be really cool if eventually I could hire some more artists to work on this project with me. At this moment, that's not happening. I gotta get this going more before that happens, but I'd eventually like for that to become a thing. So if this is something that really excites you, think about it. Stay tuned, because more is to come. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. You're awesome. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for joining my dream journey, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And yeah, love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.